Hello, my name is Dan Allen, and my friends know me as Skip. And this is my predictions on the 90th Academy Awards. I'm going to go down all 24 categories. Some I'm going to name the nominees, and the others I'm just going to say who or what I think is going to win in that particular category. I'm in a few polls, so we'll see if I win anything in some of these Oscar polls. So here goes nothing. It's, a lot of these are kind of tedious categories, but what are you going to do? Original screenplay, I believe it's going to go to Jordan Peele for Get Out. Yeah, I think, they want to share the love, and I think he's going to win for that. Another category, I think they want to share the love, and a lot of people are saying it could possibly go to James Ivory, so I'm going to go jump on board with that, and I'm going to say Best Adapted Screenplay, James Ivory for Call Me By Your Name. Visual effects, this is a tough category. I would like to see War for the Planet of the Apes win, but I think it might end up going to Blade Runner 2049, so that's my prediction there. Sound mixing, now these are going to, these categories are kind of be tough, but I think in the vein of sharing the love, and I think a film that really got a lot of love during the year is Baby Driver. So I'm going to go with sound mixing, Baby Driver, and also I believe sound editing, Baby Driver. So both of those, I'm going to go with Baby Driver. Best short film, live action. This is a tough category, but I think I'm going to go with DeKalb Elementary on this. I haven't seen any of these, so I'm hoping I get it right. Best short film animated. Well, I mean, would it be cool to see Kobe Bryant step on that stage and accept an Oscar? I mean, how awesome would that be? So I'm going to go with Dear Basketball for that, even though I think Garden Party has a really good shot at that short film animated. So there we go on that. Production design, I'm going to go with Dunkirk. I mean, I think what they did with Dunkirk is ridiculous. So I'm going to go with Dunkirk for production design. Best original song. Now, this has been a really contentious category because a lot of people think Remember Me from Coco, but I think if Coco wins best animated feature, then I think they could give the best song to a different movie, and I believe To Share the Love is This Is Me from The Greatest Showman is going to win for best song, and I think it's a great song. I think it's the song from The Bearded Lady, and she was really good singing that song in that movie. That's one of the few bright spots, in my opinion, for that movie. Best score, I mean, once again, it's one of those things that I think is going to be a tough category. I mean, you have some big name people, but I think it's going to go to Shape of Water for Andre Desplat. I think that was a beautiful score, so I think he's going to win once again for The Shape of Water. Best makeup, well, I mean, come on, Gary Oldman is unbelievable, unrecognizable as Winston Churchill, so I think Darkest Hour is going to win for best makeup and hairstyling. Best foreign language film, this year I've only seen one of these. I wanted to see a couple of them, but I only ended up seeing one of them, The Square, but I don't think The Square is going to win. I think A Fantastic Woman's going to win. From Chile. It just the story from what I've heard, it seems like it might be the one. But you never know. You might end up getting The Insult from Lebanon winning. The Insult, from what I hear, was really good as well. So we'll see. Film editing, another category I believe is going to go to Baby Driver. Some of these technical categories, I think. But, I mean, it could go to Dunkirk. You know what? I'm going to go film editing. I'm going to go with Dunkirk. I changed my mind while I'm doing the video. So there you go. Yeah, film editing, Dunkirk. All right, so best documentary, I'm going to go with Edith and Eddie. Heaven is a Traffic Jam on the 405 is a kind of a California film because the 405 is in LA. So they may go for Heaven is a Traffic Jam on the 405, but who knows? I'm going to go with Edith and Eddie on that one. And best documentary. This has been a kind of interesting category because some of the documentaries that I thought were going to get nominated didn't get nominated, but I think I'm going to go with Faces Places. That's the one that's been getting a lot of buzz of these 5, so that's what I'm going to go with. And directing, this is a tough category because if I have my way, I go for Christopher Nolan, but I think because I think what's going to win, we might get a best director, best film, same thing this year, which we haven't always been getting lately. So I'm going to go with Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water for best director. And best costume design, it's a movie about clothing and designing clothes and dresses and this sort of thing. Even though I love the costumes in Beauty and the Beast, I'd like to see Beauty and the Beast win to share the love, but I think Phantom Thread is going to win this category for best costume design. And best cinematography. Come on, people. We got to give it to Roger Deakins. Even though his name isn't on the ballot, I think the word has got around that the guy's been nominated like 15 or 17 times or something like that. I don't know, 14 times, whatever. So please, let's give Blade Runner 2049 the best cinematography. Please, 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 please. And best animated feature, like I said, I think it's going to go to Coco in a very weak field this year. Coco is clearly the strongest. I got to see Loving Vincent, which is an amazing film, and The Breadwinner on Netflix, both great films. I got screenings of Ferdinand and Boss Baby. I didn't like either one of them that much, so I'm going to go with Coco in that one. And now we go to Best Supporting Actress. I mean, I know a lot of people have a lot of love for Laurie Metcalf and Lady Bird, but I absolutely loved Allison Janney as the bad mom. But, you know, there's a history of bad moms in Hollywood, in Oscar-winning bad moms, and I think this time it's going to go to Allison Janney. She is just the epitome of a bad mom, a bad parent in I, Tonya. And another category I'd like to see go to Willem Dafoe for his work over 40 years, 4 decades of great performances from Willem Dafoe. But I think the things have been going like the train's been going down the tracks, and it's been Sam Rockwell chugging along. So I think Sam Rockwell is going to win. So he's my prediction. Even though I love to see Willem Dafoe win in that category, Best Supporting Actor. In Best Supporting Actress is another category I would like to see Sally Hawkins win, because Frances McDormand's already got an Oscar, or I would like to see Margot Robbie win. I think she's really been gaining some steam, but I think that, like the tracks, the train analogy, I think Frances McDormand's going to win her second Oscar. They do have a trend of actresses winning 2 Oscars, and this might be the year for Frances McDormand to win her second for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And Best Actor, I mean, this is I think the most lock of all the locks. Gary Oldman, this guy's given amazing performances for over 40 years of his career. I mean, he gets in the makeup, he hides himself, and he puts himself into these characters. And, you know, Academy would love to give Academy Awards out to people playing real people, and Gary Oldman playing Winston Churchill. He had some amazing speeches in this film, and he's such a despicable guy at the beginning, and then he really turns around. The scene on the Underground Railroad is amazing, and I think Gary Oldman is the closest thing to a lock for Best Actor for Darkest Hour. And for Best Picture, now this is a 3 or 4 horse race. I mean, if I had my way, my number one movie of the year was Dunkirk. I thought it was an amazing immersive movie that you had to see in the proper setting, this proper theater, to see how amazing what a film is. You can't really see it on a computer screen or a TV and get the real gist of how great of a film Dunkirk is. But the real trending right now has been either 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, or The Shape of Water. And I think because it's such a divisive film, 3 Billboards, and has some really kind of crazy violence and some crazy things by some of these characters, I think the Oscars are going to shy away from 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And with this whole controversy with cops and police and civilians and all the stuff that's going on, I think they would rather go the safe route and go with the movie that's kind of a soft and loving movie, and it has a really good message of a mute woman falling in love with a fish man. Doug Jones plays the fish man, and I think it's a beautiful film, and it's a production value, score, acting, everything is fantastic in The Shape of Water. I think it's a two for Guillermo del Toro. I think he's got Best Director, and I believe Shape of Water is going to win for Best Picture. So those are my nominations for the 90th Academy Awards, and I hope I get my categories right, because I'm in a few polls and I'm in a few different things where I could win some trips and things like that. So it'd be nice to predict these things, but there's always a couple upsets because a lot of the voters don't know some of the categories or some of the people in the categories, so you don't know if what you think is going to happen is going to happen. So we'll find out tonight on the Academy Awards. So I'm Dan Skip Allen, and you can find me at Dan Skip Allen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Also, catch my show, The 52 Must-See Movies and Why They Matter. I got only a few episodes left of season 1. April, we're starting season 2. So, take care.